Hi GenderqueerChat, it's Callie, it's Saturday, and this week the topic is same-sex marriage. Is this an issue that's important to you? What, you know, are you in favour of it, and do you think that it should be the main goal of the LGBT movement? Well, I think that whether this is important or not really depends on, first of all, I think it's oversimplifying matters to refer to there as being just one LGBTQ movement, or to give it its longest and most conclusive acronym, LGBTQIA, but then that leaves out other people, all kind of queer people and queer adjacent people, of whether you want to be included in a society in a sense that it takes that you kind of take part in all of its institutions, or you want to make a society for yourself, and probably, like most people, including me, fall kind of between those two extremes. But I think that really towards the kind of, to which side was fitting in with society that already exists, this one, same-sex marriage is on that end of it, especially because, as other people have commented, same-sex marriage assumes a kind of gay marriage, or same-sex marriage, I think, kind of assumes a kind of binary, because sex and gender are not that well separated in people's minds. And I liked Stefan's term for it, which was gender blind marriage, which is good. So if there is going to be an institution of marriage, then I think it should be gender blind. But you know, I think that the kind of social relations that I would aspire to have with other people in my society, whatever kind of society that may be, would be that, because I know that marriage always seems to me that it's very kind of possessive, even if you're not a very traditional marriage where a patriarchal husband kind of dominates his wife, who is kind of subject and sort of trapped in that. I know that not all marriages, especially gay marriages, are not like that, less likely to be like that, although some even gay marriages might be, doesn't matter what the genders of the partners are, you could still have an unequal balance, and no relationship is ever going to be entirely equal because all people are different. Those caveats aside, it's whatever kind of relationship you have, it always seems like it's going to be kind of possessive, and being in a marriage means that there's certain things which you agree not to do. I think if you really love someone, then it doesn't matter whether you're married or not. There might be, as Joe said, legal reasons, but that's to do with the society that you live in. And so if you can have a better way to live without having marriage at all, and you can replace the legal benefits of marriage with some other kind of system, then you should do it, because I don't have a lot of sentimental attraction to the idea of being married. I would have had, I think, a few years ago, I would always have thought that was one, and I do sometimes still think it would be excellent, like, but only kind of momentarily. There's this coffee shop in my town which I go to quite a lot, and there's these people who work there, and everyone who works there is uniformly gorgeous, like regardless of gender, like across a whole spectrum of beautiful people, and I had a friend who goes there a lot as well, who identifies as bisexual, and she said to me, absolutely deadpan, we were talking about the beautiful people who work at this coffee shop, and she said to me, absolutely deadpan, I would kick a puppy to go on a date with any one of those people. And I do often have moments, like especially when I'm in that coffee shop, or there's this shop that sells Italian food, and you'll see someone kind of behind the counter, and all I'm just thinking is, oh, please come and live in my house and let me cook for you all the time. But I'm sure that would wear off. Where was I? I'm thinking about someone in the little Italian shop right now. Marriage is probably, I know that it's not all that it's cracked up to be by some people, and I don't see myself ever getting married, really. And as to whether it should be, I don't think it should be the main goal for any kind of movement. But if there's a group of people, like I think that the idea of there being just one big unified LGBTQ hive mind is demonstrably fallacious, because if there's a group of people who feel really strongly about same-sex marriage and think that or gender-blind marriage, even better, and think that is what they want to do and what they want to push for, then they should go ahead, and I would support that, but I wouldn't make it the main political goal of mine. And I think that Keenan touched on this in his video. One of the main things would be to kind of to oppose bullying and homophobia and transphobia, and changing those sorts of attitudes, because whether you're married or not, you're going to face that kind of life. You're going to face those whatever stage of life you're at, and whether you're getting married or not. Also, I think all people are less likely to get married now than they would have been some years ago, and it's becoming increasingly obvious that our society is moving away from that kind of pair bonding, and there only being one idea of how a social unit can work. If that works for you, then fine, but you have to acknowledge that there's a plurality of options, and it's all just part of a big ball of love.